Oh, we got problems. The first of many. Appropriate name. So, yeah, we're on schedule right now. The lead actor wants to get his son a small part in a movie. He says it's his birthday present for the boy. The director said there's no roles in the film for a boy, but Alan Shelton is insistent. He's been irritating the whole crew. Okay, now he's the one playing the evil monster. He's getting a little too into the role here, I think. Harley Osborn. So let's see what we got. Two options here. It says let him open his own film studio, then he can film whoever he wants. The director's loyalty will go up by 10, and Shelton's loyalty down by 15. I'm sure putting the boy in a small scene wouldn't ruin the film. That would take down my director, which is really great, and my actor, who's a dime a dozen. Honestly, I'm gonna side with this. The film is the film, and I don't care what you want, Alan. I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. You're going to increase the loyalty for that. Now, if we take a look at Alfred, I want to take a look at Alfred. If we go over to our management, I want to see Alfred. Alfred, where is Alfred Schmidt? Right here. Okay, he's in a pretty good spot here. If I give him this watch, it pops him up to 82. And 83 happiness. That might be enough to get him on our side for these illegal gifts. I'm thinking it might be. So if we go over here, we're currently researching whiskey to get in 26 days, but illegal gifts is available. Let's go ahead and discuss. Do you want to ask the head of the services department to deal in illegal gifts? The police may be interested in such activities. Yes, I do. Let's see what happens. He's at least willing to talk about it. That's great. And for $10,000, he'll do it. That seems like a good plan. So now we have that unlocked, and because he's got a high degree of loyalty and happiness and stuff, so he's willing to work with us on this. So that allows us to upgrade and get some heroin. Can we do this while we're doing this? Is that I don't know. It's like two things in the same tree, right? We have 100 days. We have 236 days left to give him some. So I mean that's fine. I don't need to hurry that up. If I hit this button, okay. Whiskey will be finished in 26 days. Are you sure you want to cancel the work and lose your progress? You will lose the progress if you do this. Okay, that was the important thing I didn't know. So in 26 days, we're gonna start, the research necessary to get heroin. That's what we're gonna do. In the meantime, oh my gosh, it really was the first of many. Okay. Another potential disruption is here. The screenwriter's brother showed up at the school and handcuffed himself to a light post. He's insisting that the scene where the hero yells at a dead horse is the mirror image of an episode from his own life. He's demanding moral compensation for illegal use of his story. I like this. None of these, the last two events anyway, were not a thing in the last time we played. They've added a whole bunch of events like this, so I'm really happy to see some more diversity here. We have 3 options. Thankfully, I did send security, so I can throw the idiot off the set for no consequences. Let him keep demanding until his voice goes hoarse. Crew's happiness will go down. That's no good. Give him our apologies and a check. We can give him $5,000, but the reputation of our studio will drop a lot. Or we just throw the idiot off the set because we have security, and that's why we put them on the set. So, get him out of here. That's crazy. Are we still on schedule then? We should be, yeah. Yeah, I think that there might be a little bit of... It's red, so I'm thinking maybe there's a little bit of a delay. I don't know. All right, Dead Sailor's Wedding. It's a script that we've got a little bit of time into here. It's up to a 4.0. I like it. Okay, we can make some money on that. That's cool. Thank you, Herbert. Cinematographer brought it down. Everybody else is pretty good. Let's go ahead and start production on that. And of course, we're sending security on this as well. Off you go. All right, so we have 3 films in production, 1 in post-production, and then 1 sitting around in the planning stages for distribution, which we're going to do, once we've expended the freebies, we're going to go ahead and do it there. The first of many. My gosh, this film. Okay. An unknown person called in a bomb threat. We've seen this one before, too. They said everyone would get blown up during filming unless we reduced the working day to 8 hours. You know what? I'm not going to take the risk. I don't want to reduce the happiness. It'll take down the quality of the film. This is supposed to be a pretty good film. It will cost me more money, puts it a little bit behind schedule, but we're already more than halfway done, so it's not a big hit. It would be a bigger hit if it wasn't so progressed. So, like, at this point, now the film begins to shoot behind schedule, but at least it doesn't do it over here. It's you know, that's okay, I think. Holy moly. Dead Sailor's Wedding's got something now, too, going on. Really early in the process, too. The actor poured some alcohol into a trash can and filled... sorry, I can't speak. I'm been playing this nonstop, man. The actor poured some alcohol into a trash can filled with paper and accidentally started a fire. Earl, what are you doing? Which spread across this entire hotel room. No one was injured, but luckily, Earl Warren has to pay $3,000 in damages. Lucky him. It's asking me to help pay the debt. So his loyalty goes down if I tell him to put it out himself. I mean, that's a lot of cash. And he's just a one-time actor here. I'm going to let him put his own fire out here. And I know that's probably going to tank that film just a little bit, but hey, man, you want to do stupid crap, you can take care of it yourself. Oh, is this as fun as it gets? We're just all full of problems today, aren't we? Let's go. All right, so Peter Morgan invited his mother to the shoot. Why did you do this? She once played a minor part in a movie herself, and now she's telling the cameraman and director how to properly film her son. There's always one of those. So the loyalty of Paul Tanner will go down if I tell him to just ignore her. Now, we do have security on the scene. If we take her off somewhere she won't bother anyone, his loyalty, Peter Morgan's loyalty goes down by 30. Again, just it's an actor. And then Paul Tanner's loyalty will increase. And I think I want the director's loyalty to increase more than I want the this. I think this is listen to her advice carefully would be great for him, but I'm going to take the security route this time, I think. Let's side with our director here. I know that's not going to really be a good thing universally, but just is what it is. All right. Dangerous height got brought down a little bit. It, kind of expected given the event that happened and took place there. Let's go ahead and get a dangerous height. No, sorry, that's not the right film. The bomb threat happened on a different film. I'm silly. We can ignore furry paws. It's not actually on the agenda. I think this is one that we were going to put in for that, right? Yeah, this is one of the ones we can promote. We do need some money here pretty soon because it's 4.0. I want to get as much publicity on as possible. We definitely want to save one of our freebies here as well. This is probably going to go down and not stay 4.0. So I think we will go ahead and distribute this one. Let's get film copies the cheap way. Yeah, for whatever reason, like Christmas is not a holiday in the game. They didn't do that. I guess the holidays don't impact it enough to have it put in the game, I guess. We're going to put this all the way up for all 4 weeks. And I think we're probably good to just have that marketing hit without additional theaters. I don't think I want to buy any more theaters. So we're going to leave it just like this for the 4 weeks. And then we're going to use our freebie in advertising, which our effectiveness will start it here, I guess. So we actually need to start it earlier than that, don't we? We sure do. All right, let's bring that this way then. We'll start it as early as possible. Effectiveness for advertising is very good through this far. We're most likely going to release another film here. Yeah. That's a long period of time, man. And then we just need to take a look at A Dangerous Height, too. Who's this film for? It's a comedy thriller detective action. Cops, bandits, angry boss, protagonists. This is for boys, right? This is for men. Certainly not for the whole family. It might be for adults. Let me just take a real quick look at this. Extras. I'm not sure how I could tell per se who it's really for. We have an angry boss, bandits, cops, modern American city. It might be for boys. A guy movie that boys and men will enjoy, or a movie for viewers over 25 years old. I think I'm going to go for boys and men on this one. I'm not sure if it's... And if you're curious, no, the advertising system in the game, if you're new to this, the advertising system in the game is not that simplified. There's a lot more to it. It gets much more deeper. But the prepaid ones that you start the game with are like this. So you're basically having another agency apply marketing towards a specific demographic based on what you think the demographics of that film will be most received well by. I said that in a very strange way, but hopefully you get that. After the first two, or after these free two that we're going to get, then you have to target certain agencies yourself and pay for it according to what you think will be most effective. So you'll see how that is in the future if you haven't seen the game before. Okay, so A Dangerous Height is the first film that we've made that we're going to release. And Leroy Newton has this to say. He says, we received an unexpected letter from Luxta Constructions. They're claiming they signed an agreement with the studio's previous owners. According to the terms, we're supposed to spend $500,000 on their services within the next year. If we refuse or miss the deadline, they're threatening to go to court. They sent a copy of the agreement along with the letter, but it's difficult to judge its authenticity. Okay, so here's how I think we can probably do this. It says that if we refuse or miss the deadline, they're going to threaten to go to court. I don't know what the deadline is. It says within the next year, but as it relates to my research, I am trying to get higher end legal protection, and I don't know whether that would be done in time. If I say no now, then the court case will start now. But if I say let's honor it and then I don't honor it, that's when they take me to court anyway. So this buys me time, I think is what that is. That's going to buy me time for my legal protection to kick in, which won't matter because it's 835 days away. So never mind. Whiskey, Glenfola. 50 cast strength is done. We're going to go ahead and go get heroin now. There it is. And we have an extra 108 days from the time that happens to actually offer it to him. So cool. Okay. Oh my God, another scandal. Charlie, what are you doing right now? At his niece's wedding. I don't think my brothers will ever have a kid. Honestly, one of my brothers said flat out no. The other one is, he's too young to know anyway. At his niece's wedding, Charlie stood up to congratulate the newlyweds with a quote from Romeo and Juliet. When the actor recited the line, "Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as the winged messenger of heaven," someone happened to yawn. Seeing this, Charlie flew into a rage and a fight broke out. Wow. What a jerk. Okay. Now, that's not a secret. That's out there. Everybody knows this. I can't stop that. Are you a part of this film? Huh? Did you get into this film? Can I see the details on this film? Yeah. You are the antagonist of this film. Well, hey, you're the bandit. I mean, that might go with you, right? Unresolved scandals here. That might actually go with you, to be honest. You know, because you're already playing the bad guy in the movie. I mean, I feel like that should help this case. I feel like that should help you. Dead Sailor's Wedding. Getting a problem again, thanks to the chronic kidney problems and terrible abdominal pain. Earl Warren is looking like a walking corpse. The doctors say that he's on the mend, but at present the actor can't perform his role convincingly owing to his illness. We either shoot it as is, very early, or we stop shooting for 10 days. If I had rolling edits, which I don't, but if I had rolling edits, I'd be able to alter the script right here, fix it on the fly. It's very good. Like I said before, rolling edits is very good, but I wanted the story elements more, so I guess we'll just wait till he recovers. Speaking of story elements, we are going to try to develop them 15% faster by going 213 days from now. See, if I had this, it would have helped me a lot, but it's 200 days away. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's see what my writers are up to right now, actually. Are you guys doing anything? You're all writing something. Yeah. Everybody's hard at work. So we're unsuccessful in taking away this secret. But Glenn Conway's going to do it anyway. I got faith in him. On one single evening in Detroit, 105 people died of alcohol poisoning. Among the deceased is the renowned actor Homer Malone. The media is blaming the management of the Baxter plant for the incident. They'd taken to mixing poison into the industrial alcohol to combat the theft of solvents. Investigators from the Bolt newspaper believe the poisoned alcohol somehow found its way into the underground bars of Los Angeles as well. Director Gilbert Robertson commented on the incident to Fun Times magazine. We really want to talk to Fun Times magazine about this topic. For the death of my friend and colleague, I ask you to blame the idiot congressman who voted for prohibition. I'd like to hear what they say when something like this happens to their children. All right. Let's take a look at Live Hard. That worked out really well, didn't it? I know. That's what happens when I write the scripts. There it goes. So Rodney Keller, very good. Felix is getting a bunch of experience for that as well. And we're starting things off really, really well there. We can go ahead and start the project. We should have enough people for that, right? Good cinematographers. They only got one movie left. He's actually underskilled for this, and I kind of want to make sure like Homer does it. I want Homer to do this. I'm going to give him a watch. He's like actively involved in a project right now, so that'll help. And you can see what this does, right? Only up by 3 on the loyalty here, which is crazy. The whiskey goes up by 8. So that's a little better. And then illegal stuff, only if they're really into it, and he's not. All right, so what kind of cinematographer can I get for this project? We are looking at 5.2 popcorn, 4.8 on the for the critics here. So maybe Fred Johnson. He seems like he's all right. You're a little bit low. Everybody else is more expensive. Fred. Sorry, not Johnson. Jensen. Cinematographer. I'm going to put you on 2 movies. Let's get you for 3. You're not bad. Let's get you for 3 movies, and we'll put you on this one. Okay. So we'll get you here, Fred. Soundstage. Yeah, we probably should give you one. You seem to like that more. You seem more comfortable in those. I don't have Soundstage 2 yet. I'm working on something else. And let's go ahead and hit continue. We'll get the Doppler, get the Sonotone. We're going to give you as much resources as we can since the script is near maxed out. On the producer end of things, everybody's busy. So let's see what we got available. For producers on this project, probably Joe. He's a little overqualified for this, I guess, but we'll get Joe here for 3 movies. Wow. How much does it cost for just years? I think I'd rather have you for the years. It's just a little bit more. I'll get you for the years. Yeah, we'll sign that. Okay. Joe's going to be there. On the director end of things, Campbell's probably okay here. He's just a little underskilled. I need to get him into more contracts because I need to get him into more films because he's under contract for a duration. Herman? He's just... Actually, you're slightly cheaper as an 8.6, which is wild, but all right. And you're even cheaper. Roger. He's racist. Perfectionist. I don't want to deal with the events that seem to come up with these things. You're very cheap for what you are, but I guess you got the undisciplined trait too, so there's that. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and hire Herman because he's got green stats across the board. He's a little bit more expensive than the other guys that are higher professionalism, but he doesn't have the traits. I don't think racism is actually going to be a problem actually for this time period right now. My films don't have people of the quote wrong skin tone in them, so he actually might be fine, and he's the cheaper one. Maybe we'll go ahead and do this instead, and we'll get you for 3 movies. You have a high degree of professionalism for what you offer as far as your price. I'm probably overpaying, but there's nobody in that 5.0, 6.0 area. So we're going to roll with this. All right. Now, you're part of a scandal just now, and I don't know if I like that, but, you know, you're under term, and you've been a cop pretty recently? Sheriff. You were a sheriff and a cowboy. Thriller, action. You've been in an action movie recently, but that's about it. We could get you in there. It's just you got that scandal going on. I'm not sure how that's going to affect me. For our femme fatale, this is not a drama. We can put you in it. We can still put you in it, but it's not a drama. This is a thriller. You're in thrillers a lot. You haven't played femme fatale before. I think maybe I will put you in this. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Well, I know this. It's just letting me know that I can give her this role over and over again, and people won't get tired. This film is gonna max out hopefully at 7. Once it's done and the movie shoots, I'm hoping it pops to 7. And then our bandit, it's gonna be a little bit weak, but I think we'll take Fred. Unless there's somebody better, I don't really want to bring down the film by having a weak antagonist here. 4.9 is not much better than what I already got. It is something. It's just not much better, but it's at least something there. You're arrogant. I don't know if that's going to cause me a problem. Alcoholic might. The hot-tempered, I already have 2 hot-tempered people. Or I already have 1 hot-tempered person in here. We're just going to put Fred in here. Okay. So we're really ramping it up with these guys. Maybe we just hop. It's only 3. I need to get some of that whiskey. Let's go ahead and okay this project. We're probably overpaying for it, but let's go ahead and okay that. And I need to buy some of that whiskey. So let's get gifts. And we're going to get like 4 whiskey. I'm not sure we're going to get the watch anymore. It's not that effective. I think I'd rather buy the whiskey. Okay, we got 2 problems. Let's get as fun as it gets. Just get this film done, man. The director is using light and shadow to make the film more atmospheric, but our outdated lighting equipment is making it tedious to arrange the spotlights. Hey, if you need more time, take it. It's going to be 30% slower from this point on, but it's already this far evolved. Take it. Give us the higher quality production. It's fine. Then we have Dead Sailor's Wedding. And Russell Simmons' wife. Oh, he's libidinous. I thought this was the one that was misogynist. Okay. His wife is overprotective. She says filming for lunch breaks and naps she stops filming for lunch breaks and naps and stands by to make sure her husband doesn't get overheated or hypothermic. It's greatly slowing down work and irritating the film crew. Yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna kick her off the set. Loyalty only goes down by 5, but his happiness goes up by 25. How about that, huh? Just roll with it, guys. You know what I'm talking about, gentlemen. You know. All right, Dangerous Height is getting released. Who knows? Looks like Kino Mark's score is a C. Wasn't super well targeted. Probably would have been just for men, I guess. Here's the Bone Grinder doing his thing that he does. As long as it makes a profit, I'm fine with it. Also, every person has a limit to their potential abilities, above which it is nearly impossible to climb. The ceiling is lower for some, higher for others. One of your employees has reached his limit, will no longer receive experience points. So Charlie is maxed out in his level. Well, it's a good thing I didn't pay for theaters on that, because it's not going to do as well as I would have liked. We're operating at a loss, so we have no taxes this year. That's how that's going to work. Monthly studio expenses. Okay, general staff is quite expensive, but okay. And actually, studio finances, I have more money than almost every studio except for Gernstein Brothers, but I am operating at a loss and they're all profitable. Hey, it's my first year, okay? Sometimes that happens. Blind Love is not in the top 3. I didn't do it, okay? Somebody else did it. But in critical acclaim, it definitely takes the top spot. Very nice. It's also great with the fan favorites, because we could have saw that coming. That should hopefully help my studio by giving everyone experience. Yeah. Okay. Secret, gone. Very good. We're not going to get sued for that reason anyway. Now, we might get sued for the construction. I need $500,000 for construction over the next year. How am I going to do that? Am I going to do that? $500,000 for construction. The sound studio is only going to be... If I use Luxta, they are the cheap ones. So I think they're the cheap ones. So I can't really do anything about that. Like if I can make 6 sound stages, but that's very wasteful. You know, 21,000, 6 sound stages doesn't even get me a quarter of the way there, or maybe a quarter of the way there. But like, it's not enough, right? I built everything already. I don't need to build anything else. So we're just gonna let them sue us. And if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. It's fine. We're gonna have to pay it anyway, right? But I don't have a need. I don't have a need to do that. Swan Neck. There's a script just to get our weird, underappreciated screenwriters a little bit of experience is all that's for. We're going to go ahead and ditch that and get him writing something else. Female Silhouette. What a pronounced name for the movie. It actually looks like it's working out pretty well. Might be worth pursuing there. The Female Silhouette. Well done, Walter West. Yeah, we can start that. It's got some slapstick mayhem in an action thriller romance adventure movie on a tropical island. We have a hopeless romantic and a murderer with a shootout slapstick mayhem. This is a terrible script. We'll produce it anyway. I have staff that I have to put to work. I don't know if I want Homer on it, but I mean... maybe you can bring it up. 4.1, you can maybe bring it up. I'd love to put you on a soundstage. You got 1 day left. Let's just wait for the sound stages to be done. Okay. As fun as it gets. How did it do? After all of the delays and events that took place, how did it do? 3.8 improves to a 4.0. Okay. We got through this without destroying the film. Hallelujah. Everybody gets some experience on this. All right, so loyalty dropping, film score, blah, blah, blah. Everything brought it up. Quality's been increased. Fine. Start post-production now. We'll put Emma on this one. Yeah. Put Emma on this one. Lewis on there. Let's go medium on all of these things. Here we go. All right. Next, we have Live Hard. Pre-production's done. Quality starts at a 5.6 and a 5.7. Magnifique. So the next thing, well, these things are things that I can improve later too. That's good. So everything's bringing it up, right? We saw that. Let's put some security on the job. Give security guys some encouragement. Is that really necessary? I don't know if that's necessary. I feel like that might be wasteful. I'm just kidding. Security guards, they don't care about luxury stuff, right? Nah, they don't care. All right, so Female Silhouette. We're now going to give you the soundstage that just became available. Here you go. And, rock and roll there. Here's our technology. Yeah, I'll give you some extras. I don't know if you need extras. More slapstick mayhem, shootout, murderer. I'll give you some extras. It's fine. Producer for this film. I don't have any producers available. Wow. They are just all busy, aren't they? Okay. Well, we don't need a really good one, but thankfully there are not really a whole lot of like really good ones available. Wayne's there. I think we'll take Floyd, although Tatsuya Chan is actually very cheap. Let's see what Tatsuya is gonna do for me here. Why don't I, because you're so cheap, I think I'll hire you for 3 years. Get you on the schedule too as a producer here. There you go. And for the director, we're going to give this to Anthony Campbell. We're going to get this one to Lydia Globe. She's going to play a hopeless romantic who happens to have a watch because I need to make her just a little bit more happy. Maybe I'll give it to Jane Fisher. Maybe I'll give it to Jane Fisher instead. You know what? I'm going to give it to Jane Fisher instead. And we can put Peter Morgan in as our antagonist. I think so. Jane is going to get the spotlight instead of Lydia. Let's see. Hold on. Now maybe she's... Yeah. Okay. She's good here. Yeah. She hasn't played this role in a while, so people are not going to be, you know, tired of her there. All right. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see how that turns out. We're going to get another project for Lydia Globe. Oh, here we go. All right, Manuel. When the waiter spilled wine down the glass, Earl Warren got so pissed that he made the boy lick the floor. The restaurant's owner is none too pleased, especially since the waiter happens to be his son. They're demanding compensation or threatening to go to the press. Fine, we don't need a scandal. Pay him the cash. $1,500. First of many, it's finally done filming. And it dropped to 5.8. All right. How did it drop? What happened? Many things happened. Alan Shelton happened. Billy Nash and Harley Osborne also happened. And the crews worked 8 hours the entire period, which took more time, so it ended up costing more money. But, I mean, they should have been happier. They worked lower hours. They should have been happier. All right. We'll pop this one in post-production. I need Emma on this, though. I don't want Oliver to do this. Can we hire an editor? Is that possible? For very cheap, for very expensive prices it is, but I do need to get another editor some experience. Not on this film, but I do need to get editor's experience. We're gonna put this on the shelf for now, leave that there. And we'll come back to it. But I do need to get another editor and start having them kick out like the really junk films just for a while. Aesthetic staff is done, so they're not going to care so much about the landscaping, and now we can get enthusiastic newbies. This is a really good thing. As soon as we hire somebody, they get a happiness and a loyalty boost as soon as we hire them. It's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. That's very useful. Let's see how On Repeat turned out. Another script people were writing. See, this is the kind of film that I think a brand new editor that I bring in could potentially do. I need to have more editors. I can't just have the two. I got to be able to do more films. So Cowboy Murderer, Femme Fatale, comedy. Okay, well, there's a lot of story elements in this. So I guess we got 5 to 6 there. So why don't we start this project too, if possible? We'll put Thomas Morrison on it. He's on a timer. That's great. Soundstage, not going to happen. This one's going on location. So let's put this out on location like so. Let's give the technology sets. Let's give it a little bit of assistance. I don't know if it's really going to matter too much, but I'm going to give it some assistance. Still on the lack of producers. Wild. It's because they can only do one film and it's just sitting there not being released. So that producer's just tied up that whole time. It's just how that goes. We can get Scott Duncan. At least there's a lot of staff that are available, you know. I think given... I think I'm going to go movies with this guy. I have enough people on the timer. So I'm going to... you know, like the producer that's just being tied up with that film that I'm not releasing, that guy's on a timer, right? I'm just wasting that timer right now. So I think until I get that under control, I'm going to, you know, maybe hire people for movies and not timers. This guy's on the timer. Let's get him. It's kind of beneath him, this script. It is kind of beneath him. Maybe I can get somebody really cheap. Can I get somebody really cheap? You're pretty cheap. Lawrence is very cheap. I'm going to get you for 3 movies because of how cheap you are. $7,000 for 3 movies. Come on in here. Let's see how you are. There we go. All right. Who's my cowboy? Let's make this Alan Shelton. We'll let Lydia Globe be the femme fatale. And our murderer will be... let's make this Gabriel. You can be the murderer. Criminal mastermind murderer dude. You can be this. All right, everybody's in. Let's go. Mostly long-term contracts on that film. But I did have to hire a few people. And I just got them very cheap, so it's okay. All right. Dangerous Heights. Let's take a look and see how it did. So we have no rental fees, which is fantastic. And all the marketing was prepaid for this film. We're grossing an okay amount of money. We're obviously still profiting because of the fact that we're not renting any theaters. Are we going to extend this? I think so. But I think we tweak the setup a little bit here. And I have to do this based on what I think the next film is going to be, when it's going to release. Actually, probably not going to release it until around here, actually. So why don't we reduce... You know what? Let's reduce the last week. We're probably not going to have that anyway. This is just going to open up my ability to cross over or overlap certain films so that we... yeah, I think we're going to do this too. Let's bring this down about here. We're already at like 25%, right? So I think we just do that. It's fine. We'll accept that instead. Advertising is not getting extended. Okay. And we have a problem again with Dead Sailor's Wedding, who is already way behind schedule. Earl Warren can't focus on his role because a fortune teller predicted his imminent death. Send my security guy over there to tell this fortune teller to make her repudiate the prediction, and it'll raise his happiness by 40, which it can't do because he's already super high. I wish I could raise his loyalty by 40, but he will now be at a 100%. Oh, look at this. I can give him cocaine as an option. Lift his spirits with powerful substances. Yeah, maybe. I guess that could work, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make him 100% happy now. That's how we'll do that. All right. Let's see how female silhouette's working out here. 4.3, 4.1. Not too bad. Something we're gonna have to promote eventually here. Let's start that production too. We got security. We'll throw them on that. That's great. And as fun as it gets, it's finally done. Let's go ahead and release this film. I think if we can, I don't know how close it is, but if we can overlap the other film. Probably not, because it takes like 3 weeks to print, so it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Yeah, it did drop. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. Just the editors aren't good enough to keep it up, but it's okay. Okay. Emma's getting better, though, right? She's getting experience. It's all right. Let's get the paper airplane. That seems pretty fun. I don't know if it's as fun as it can get, but it's pretty fun. All right, so if I wanted to release it here, it's just way too early. So I guess we'll bring it over here where there's not a whole lot of competition. Can I get it there? Can we get there in time? If I do 3 weeks, it's not possible, but I'd like to get the first week to where it's not competing with anything is what I'm generally looking at. Because this is a thriller and so is this, I don't really want the overlap. And this is setting up with Arthur Gray as an 8.0. So I'm not likely to get a lot of viewership in the second week here because of that competition. So if I can release it here, I'm hoping that helps me. So we're going to have really good showings here, or all the way over there. Then we'll bring it down to about, I mean, it's our own theater. So it's our own theater. We can probably do this. I think the last week, though, again, I want to just open this up to the possibility of releasing another film at this part. I think I'll do it right here. Oh, wait a minute. This is not... Is this the film I want to waste? Hold on. Is this the film I want to use that extra credit on? Hang on. As fun as it gets, I think it's first of many that I want to do this on. Right? I think it's the first of many that I'd rather do this with. I need Emma on this one too, yeah. Emma's going to do this here. Let's get you doing this, and this. The first of many. This film here, that's the one I need to put that prepaid marketing into. Now, the good news is, like, my money is going down. You might be seeing that. Like, hey, he's not making money, and that's exactly the way it is. But once we get this prepaid marketing done, at that point, I can then start marketing my own films. And I already have 2 completely done, ready to go. that's going to help my budget a lot because I don't have to spend any more money on that, just marketing, and get it out the door. Medium landscaping is at least possible now. Do I want repair crew before water tower and power plant? Right? I think so, yeah. If I hurry it up, though, I think getting the water tower or power plant. Power plant, I think you spend more on power, don't we? Can we see what we spend more on? Is that something I can go through and look at? I don't think that's available to me. I was clicking the money to see if that happened, and it's not. Story workshop, construction, calendar. I don't see my monthly expenses did show at one point, but it's not. I don't know exactly where to go to get that information. It's not up here. It's not start project. It's not in here. It's got it. Maybe it's in here. Finances. There it is. Okay. So what are the utility costs? Water, power. So power is our bigger expense. So if I'm going to spend time on the research here for this, it should be for power. It's the same amount of time, whether I do water tower or power plant, same amount of time. But if I put a bunch of cash behind this, I can speed that up. And I have a bit of influence too, so I could speed it up even more just to get that going. So 200 influence, it's not worth it, right? An extra 100 days. I think we'll do this. 800 days from now, we can build our own power plant. That'll save me a little bit of cash every month. And then we can look at repair crew after that. So we'll get started on power plant research now. The sword of Christ. It compels me. The candle for the sword of the Lord in the wretched darkness of fallen America. There's a new publication writing. So now if we do anything ungodly, they're going to write bad about us. All right. That's where we'll have to deal with that too. So up next, it's our dating movie, isn't it? Isn't up next the dating movie? Bernard Larson. Yep. A hopeless romantic with a love triangle. Yeah. Up next. Love it. Let's start the project. We have good people for this now, don't we? Got a great cinematographer on a schedule. He loves on-location shoots, so I'm going to let him do that anyway. It's going to take a little longer to shoot. That's okay. Let's go film technology. Give him all the resources we can. For the producer. Oh, my producers are just... Hey, you. 8.2. How expensive are you? My goodness, you're expensive. 45,000 for a single movie. Excuse me? I am... Ugh. I mean, we might just have a general weakness with this. 48 days. Yeah. I mean, you're not available because that film is waiting to be released. That's what you guys are doing. Okay. Well, I want this to be great. Because it's going to be a 7. If we can get this to be a 7, then it'll be worth it. So, I guess maybe Wayne, for one movie, it's how much? $45,000. If I give you insurance, I can get a little bit of a discount, but ugh. Man. Fine. I'm just going to be overspending like mad here. This is a good one for... Let's let Paul Tanner do this one. Although I have him for movies, right? There's not much difference between these two guys, and he's on a schedule, so we'll do that instead. Okay, our hopeless romantic. Oh boy. Is this a Wendy Carpenter film? With this rating? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. She could be the rival. I really think Gertrude should be on this. Let me get... Can I get a better actress? Anybody with star power at all? No? Man. Not really. Christina Mitchell. She's not very cheap. Carol Sanders, not very cheap. Okay. So we are going to have... You've played a rival already. Hopeless romantic. You've played that too, though. Okay. Here's how we're going to do it. The rival is Wendy Carpenter. Opal's probably not going to like this. Yep. She's not going to want to play in a film with Wendy Carpenter, but I'm going to have to convince her with a little bit of cash. $30,000. You're going to now work with Wendy Carpenter on this movie. And I'll probably have to pay you extra too, won't I? I will. Nope, I'm going to do Edgar Lamb here instead. There we go. Strict parent. Sarah. Oh, man. Sarah probably won't work with her either. Have you been a strict parent yet? You're not very good at your job. That's what I'm worried about is you're a 1.8. Let's get somebody else to be your parent. But who? Everybody here is in their 20s. Everybody's in their 20s. So you're going to have to pretend with makeup that you're... Yeah. I mean, angry, Carol Sanders. I think we'll... She's not much more money. But, yeah. We're going to go with Christina here, I guess. Ay. This film is so expensive now. This film is so expensive. Okay. That's our strict parent. She's 28 years old. And she won't work with Wendy. So I still have to pay. This film is so expensive. I really should not have this film in here. It's too expensive. But you know what? I'm sunk in. I'm just sunk in. You know what? Let's get the star power. Why not? Give it a chance. I paid everybody else off. This film is so expensive. We might as well just do it. Let's just do it. We'll get all the people in. We'll have to... Every single actor, aside from Wendy, is being paid in order to work with Wendy. That's what's going on here. Surprised the director didn't want extra. He's just a happy guy. All right. There we go.